Hey, what's up everybody? Today I wanted to take a look at recreating Android icons using Illustrator and just the pen tool. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and locate our reference art, and for Android icon packs I generally tend to stick to the Play Store icon, or I'll go find some other graphics that are related to the app or whatever. But for now we'll just stick to go ahead and copy the image from the app icon in the Play Store listing and switch on over to Illustrator. Now when you're creating your new document in Illustrator, the dimensions don't really matter though. The most important thing is to make sure that Align New Objects to Pixel Grid is selected, because we're still going to bring our vectors into Photoshop and apply them to a base that I've created earlier. Okay, so with that said, just go ahead and hit OK and hit Control or Command V to paste it in place. And with the Select tool selected, center it up, lock it down in the Layers panel, switch to your pen tool by tapping P on the keyboard, and then hit Control plus to zoom in. Okay, and also with Smart Guides selected down here in the view, down in Smart Guides, make sure that's checked, because that will show you the center. See right there. So we're gonna find the center of this bad boy. Now when it comes to tracing stuff with the pen tool, you're gonna want to locate the flat edges of all your curves. Like if you zoom out, you'll notice how the stem is curved, and there's curves all around this bad boy. And when you get zoomed in all the way, well, almost all the way, that'd be all the way. Let's go out just a little. You see how it flattens out before it curves. So we're going to find the center of that flat area. It's called, I've heard people refer to it as a ceiling, and click right there in the center. And now this has a little wall right here, but it kind of curves in just a little bit right here. See, as opposed to this side, how it kind of just has this little teeny notch cut out of it. So I'm going to stop the pen tool right about here and just drag upwards until my path is flat down here at the bottom, and then pointing basically straight up like that. And also switch to over here in your tools panel, switch from fill to stroke by hitting that little swap key right there. Now I'm going to hold down Alt and pop up this other little cursor, because I need to edit this tangent handle and bring him down just a little bit, because we're going to be getting up in here right now. We're going to find the middle of this little area right here, click, hold shift, and pull up. Alright, that looks pretty good. And from here you're going to want to follow the curve all the way until it kind of shoots off the other way right there. So we're going to, as soon as it starts to kind of jut out right there, and then kind of follow with the pen tool up the curve, and just watch the path as it's created, and you can kind of get a feel for where it's going to land. Well, you get a feel for exactly where it's going to land. Right there. And let's zoom out, because our next wall is way up here. See this little flat spot right here? Now this is going to have to come all the way up, so find the center of that, click, hold shift, and pull up. Now hold down Alt, bring this tangent handle back down to reality, and then click here. Oh, let's just bring that tangent handle all the way back to its anchor. Once it turns white and says path or anchor, there you go, hit the anchor, and let's get zoomed way in here and get this curve nice and sharp. Let's see, sharp curve, did you hear that? Alright, so I'm just going to click and pull up just a little. I don't want to get too drastic before the curve starts. Keep that handle out, and then click over here and pull just a little, and then I have to zoom way out again, whoops, this way, and click right down there in the corner and pull up. Whoop. Got a little crazy. Let's see, zoom out some more. Okay, and from here follow the curve down to about there. So basically it's just a lot of clicking, dragging, and holding Alt and bringing your tangent handles. Now when you want to make an abrupt 90-degree turn is when you're going to want to bring those handles all the way up in, or if you're in a really tight spot. But I'm pretty sure that once I get better with it, the tight spots will be a lot easier to handle. And let's see, that's got more of kind of a pull down. It's kind of got a curve to it, just a slight one. And our next ceiling's going to be right up here. So click, and I'm holding Shift on this one as well. And hold down Alt. Bring this guy back here. Now let's get up close again. Okay, now the tip's going to be, let's call it right, nope, here. Yeah. And then, see how it kind of goes from here, like that. So we're going to find pretty much the same distance from there to here, and pull up, and kind of be curved. Let's see, let's zoom out. We're going to be editing a lot of these points in just a minute with the direct selection tool, so try not to worry too much about it while we're drawing it out. Just get the basic shape down, and we'll go ahead and make it is almost perfect with the direct selection tool. Oh, I hate when I do that. Alright. Now from here, I just want to get this tangent handle pointed in the right direction. Holding down Alt, I'm just going to move. Yeah, let's see what happens. Hold Shift, click and pull down. And definitely going to want to bring this handle all the way back up. Yeah, that ended up looking pretty good. Okay. Now, zoom all the way back out. You'll notice there's not another wall or ceiling coming up, so we're going to move this down into the corner because we're going to be pulling from here all the way up here. So just as best you can, get right there on that tip and pull, drag, kind of mess with it, play with it, drag it around. Watch that path is all you're watching. Let's see. Let's see if I can get a better click on it. That's better. Hold down Alt and zoom back in. Make sure I got right in the center there. Sure did. Cool. Now you'll notice there's not another wall again till right here, so click out a little. Zoom out. And click right here in the center of that point. Kind of work with it. Right there. Alright, now you'll notice we've got a little wall right here and the ceiling right here, so we're going to want to zoom in just a little and hold Shift and pull up and leave that handle out because we're going to be going over here. And find the center of that little ceiling right there and click and let go of Shift for this curve. Kind of like just play with it until you get the nice feel for it. Looks good. Let's see. Let's zoom back in for this. And it looks like, what we gotta do here. Let's see, next wall, let's see what happens. No, that's not sharp enough. Let's go right there. Let's see, let's check that. No, I don't like that either. Let's just, from this wall, yeah, let's get this guy out. Alt, bring them down, kind of like that. Much better. Alright. And from there to here it looks like. Let go with shift. Alright. Yeah, we'll come and fix that anchor point right there in just a second. And this kind of goes at an angle, sorta. Okay. Closing off this path, I'm going to click, hold shift, and then swipe out to the left. Okay. Alright, looking pretty good. So what we're going to want to do is we'll switch it back to fill mode and give it a color. Hide that. Just deselect it. Just kind of look at it for a second, and yeah, it definitely looks like a couple of these points are going to need to be adjusted. So switch over to the direct selection tool, which is right here next to the selection tool, or just click A on the keyboard, and let's get zoomed back in and get to work on these corrections. Now see right here it kind of dips up. Well, let's find the anchor point there, right here, and let's give him a little boost up. A little bit better. And this guy right here we said we'd come take a look at, and what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to pull his tangent handle inward. No, that wouldn't work. Let's see this one here. Yeah, alright, let's get this one going. Much better. And that one needs a little bit more of a pull. Oop, not that much. Let's try this one. There we go. Alright, let's zoom back out. That looks good to me. Alright, now let's go ahead and hide him. Bring our image back into play, and we'll get this little swoop right here and the plus sign taken care of. Now you'll notice that there are no flat spots on the curves on this little thing. So switch back to the pen tool, click right here. If you'll notice, I just like to work in a clockwise motion. That's how I think that's how I learned, or that's just the way I do it. But and then click from there to here, and just don't hold shift because it's kind of a nice little curve there, not a straight curve. That doesn't make sense. And from there to this corner, get on there, click and drag, hold down Alt, bring it back, and it looks like there's a bit of a little curve right there, so we'll click on there and kind of pull it in. So a curve, switch it to the fill, hit the V, deselect, and bring this back into play. Hide the artwork and check it out. Let's zoom out. That looks pretty good. Alright, last thing we have to do is we'll do this with the rectangle tool. Alright, so just bam, basically draw it out and switch to the V, switch to the selection tool, and if you need to, kind of just do what you gotta do. And once you've got it nice and looking good, hit Control or Command C, and then Control or Command F to place it in front. And with the selection tool still selected, go ahead and rotate it with the Shift key held 90 degrees, and make a marquee selection over both of them with the selection tool. And in the Pathfinder palette, if you don't have that in your palette windows, go to Window, and Pathfinder. Boom. That is your best friend inside Illustrator. Well, mine so far. That and the scissor tool. But we're just going to unite these by using this little tool right here. And bam, it just kind of cuts out the center intersection there. And that's how that's done. So let's take a look at this. I've got a couple different greens I wanted to try out on this for my new theme that I'm working on. So bear with me for just a second, and we'll take a look at these green colors. 9D1, 6E. Nah, I don't like that one. Let's see. 28 CD A6. Ooh, that's more of a turquoise. What about 3A DAA 6? Nope, pretty much the same. Okay. I like that first one better. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. Well, anyway, and that is how you do that when you're ready to bring it into your base in Photoshop. You just Marquee Selection all, group them, and just basically drop it on top of your base and scale it how you like. And that's it. So I hope this helped out some of you guys, and definitely look forward to a more intermediate tutorial later on.